Hello.
Hello.
Late again. Here we are, late again. Just call us Gary and Lindsay late again. So we're late. Guess why? Well, we've been doing interviews and we've been doing interviews for the HMB Pro course. So that's what we've been doing this evening. Because we have to do it in the evenings oftentimes, don't we? Because we're talking to people from other countries. So this evening we were interviewing a lovely lady from America. Hi, Nikki. Good to see you. Hello. Everybody's finding us now.
Isn't it lovely to meet these people in person as well, isn't it?
Oh, it really is.
It really is.
You know, to actually have an individual conversation with them. Oh, hello.
Timmy Tots, how you doing?
Saw you for 3 seconds and then you were gone again. It was like a mirage, like it never really happened. Hello, Angela. Good to see you. Hello, Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you. Oh, they're all popping up now. Jeanette, bonsoir. Maggie Thrussell's here. Hello. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry we're a bit late. We've just been saying that we've just been on an interview with a lovely lady in America for our HMB Pro course, so that's why we're a bit late. But you don't know, you don't mind. I know you don't mind. Jane's here. Hello, Jane. Karen's here. Hi, Karen. Therese is back. Hello, Therese from Sweden. Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah. We're going to be talking about you this evening. Ashley's here. How's Stumpy? All doing well? All going swimmingly, is it? Nicely, hopefully. Crossing fingers. Hello, Dawn. How are the Shetties? How are the Shetlands getting on with the call? Oh, I so wanted to play your video. I might do that one day. I was out with your wife, Gary, and we were out the front looking at Dawn's video of when you posted it of the. And we couldn't get the. Yes, we turned the sound down. And observationally, you had one of your, because I think one of your horses is missing an eye, right? I think. And you just needed to watch the behavior of what was going on was brilliant. And I was doing a voiceover to it. And I'm going, nope, you're not going near the Shetlands. You can't even sniff them. You can't even go near them. No, I'm gonna be in the way. I'm gonna move off. What do you mean you're not coming with me? Move away. And it was brilliant to watch for a piece of behavior of what horses do. If you turn the sound down and you just observed, it was brilliant. And I may play that one day and get people to tell me what's going on, what your smaller horse was doing, the smaller cobby one was doing. And it was also like twins. Hello, twins. Meet the twins. We're twins. They all look the same. So the little Shetties look the same, and your other two look the same. Brilliant. It was brilliant, that. I loved it. Hello, Poppy. Good evening. Lisa's here. I'm cooking lunch, but I'm listening. Ooh, what are you having? Tell us what you're cooking. Hi, guys, says Karen, with the most awesome avatar there. Terry's here with the lovely spotty horse. Vicky, morning from Australia. It's 5:24 a.m. No.
Okay, have you got insomnia?
That's because our clocks have changed. See, we would be normally going on an hour later, so it would be at least. Oh my God.
Are they not changing in Australia then?
No. Well, no, because I don't think so. I don't know. You tell us. Do they change in Australia? Don't get me started on that again. Naomi's here. Hello, Naomi. Have you been before, Naomi? I'm sure I've seen your avatar before standing there with your bike. Have you been before? Have you joined a live before? Let us know. Jackie's here. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Jackie Berry. Oh, look at that little baby there in your arms. Have you joined a live before? I don't know. Let us know. If it's your first live, let us know. Oh, David's back. Still home alone. Apart from your 15 horses and 4 dogs.
Julie's got some catching up to do.
She has. I'll tell you what, David, it's all happening around you at the moment. Not only will we have you guys, we've got a couple of, like Aberdeenshire was desolate. Nobody was in Aberdeenshire. Now there's another chap that's contacted me. He's going to hopefully come to your workshop. He's not that far away from you. He's thinking about possibly becoming a pro. It's amazing. It's all happening. Everything's happening. It's brilliant. Aberdeenshire's on the map. He's awesome. Stumpy's awesome. Brilliant. Howdy from British Columbia, Canada. I always want to say Canada. Hello. Libby's here from up in Shetlands. Hello, Libby. Hello. Hi, Facebook user. Stephanie's here from New York. She's here saying hi. Made it. Brilliant. Hi, everyone. Don't know who you are, but Facebook user, the foos. We'll have to call you the foos, the Facebook users. There's another foo.
That one is Virginia.
Oh, that's Virginie. Hello, Virginie.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've had you on, Virginie, as with your avatar before, though. I'm sure we have. Yes, ours went back 1 hour too. Oh, did it? Oh, nuts. That's not useful, is it? That's not. Meta's here. Hi from Denmark. Did you see we sent you a private message back, Meta? Did you see that? I don't know if you've replied because we've been on a call, but choose a time, Meta, and Gary and I will have a little chat with you.
Look forward to meeting you.
Naomi says, I have. I'm the lady owned by the... Oh, yes. Yes. The Eriskays. Yes, I remember.
Beautiful ponies.
Oh, lovely ponies. Shetlands are doing amazing. Yes, Oscar only has one eye. He's now completely loved up. Took a couple of days to become a herd. The Shetlands are on one side of the track and the Cobs at the other, just looking at each other, but they are a herd now, all getting on so well. It's lovely. Isn't that delightful? What's
Awesome.
the other?
Well done.
What was the other horse called? Oscar's pal, because he was stopping Oscar from having a sniff. No matter what was going to, Oscar was not going to go and sniff those ponies. He was stopping him. It was lovely to watch him, the way he was herding him around. Brilliant. Anne's here. Hello, Anne Blake. Good to see you. Tula's back from Finland. Hey, Tula. Let me just turn my phone down. Tracy's here. Tracy Wixon. Ooh, I purchased a new cob 4 weeks ago. Very sore over stone and going downhill on tarmac. First live and just joined your group. Barefoot. Don't know her history. Hoping to learn. Brilliant. Hello, Tracy. Thank goodness you're here, and we're going to be able to help guide you through your new... I mean, I don't know if this is the first horse. Is this first horse? Have you had a different horse before? Or is this just the first one that you just... new cob? You may have other horses. Let us know. Let us know a little bit about you. We get to know a little bit about everybody that joins these lives. Jackie says, I've just got my picture to come up. I'm the lady with the Shetland. Kathy is trimming in Dumfries. Oh, hello. Yes. Brilliant.
Hi, Jackie.
Yeah, we've heard all about it. Absolutely excellent. Isn't it exciting? All our pros going out there. Hi, Deb from Shropshire. Hello, Deb. Oh, Kat's here. Hi. Why is it still raining? I don't know. We tried to do a sun dance. It's got cold here. It's got quite chilly here, I have to say. Wind's been howling through the door. Paula's here. Hello, upstate New York. Now, that's a new avatar I've not seen before.
Don't recognise that
The
name.
porcelain looks like... Yeah, I don't know what breed that would be. Welcome, Paula. Good to see you. Stephanie, meet Paula. Paula, meet Stephanie. Both of you are in New York. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing New York's quite large-ish, big. So God knows where the two of you are in relation to each other, but meet each other. Jeanette says, welcome to the group. Yes, welcome to the group. I finally arrived at the beginning of the live, but heading to the doctor's appointment, so we'll jump off for a bit. Take us with us. Take us with you. And we'll go into the doctor's with you. We'll say hi to the doc. Hi, doc. Do you have horses? Pia's here. Hello. Hello. Meta says, yes, I've seen you've answered and I have replied. Great. I'll go and look at that later. Brilliant. It's a she, is it? Oh, right. That's interesting. It's a she, and she was guiding Oscar away. Yeah, that is interesting, actually. Yeah, it's a she. Brilliant. And I think she was not so much guarding, she was protecting Oscar, is what she was doing, just making sure Oscar was protected. I think that's what was going on. Back again. Oh, there you are. That's right. Hi from Switzerland. I remember you, Virginie. Lisa Scarf says spaghetti for my 17-year-old man-child. Is it spaghetti bolognese, or is it spaghetti like kids have it, with like squirt of tomato sauce on top and just a bunch of butter? Because I know kids quite like that. Max's shoes are coming off tomorrow and starting his transition. Learned more about his feet in the last week than the last 4 years. I think that deserves a. Where is it?
Oh, hold on.
He's
As
off.
Timmy would say, I'm sitting soft.
He's still with us, Timmy. He's still watching.
Oh. Let me get back into position.
Hi, Susan. Here we go. This is for Anne. Hi from Australia. Another foo. Another foo. Oh, and another foo in New York. You're in New York. That's 3 of you.
Lots of people from New York.
That's brilliant. Still here, he says. Still here, darling. All right, darling. Are you sitting soft? Are you sitting soft? Which place you sitting soft in? Tracy Wixon, second cob. First cob owned 2 years and sound barefoot. Minefield with this new cob. All right. Well, we're going to help you. We are definitely going to help you. Stay tuned to the Phoenix group. All right. So what we're going to talk about this evening then, I've got a little bit of something planned because today, some of you, if you've been in the Phoenix group today, you will have seen that Sarah put up Sarah Lou, as you know her as Sarah Lou, put up a brilliant little video of Squire in the Phoenix group of after she trimmed his front feet for the first time ever, like never done it before. And I did a one-to-one with her. She took out the VIP challenge and we did a one-to-one and I guided her through the left 4. And then I said to her, right, now you need to take a break, take some photographs, and now you need to go and do the right 4 yourself. Take the photographs, send them to me. We'll talk about it. And then have a break today. That's enough. And she's going, oh my God, I don't think these boots are going to fit. And I said, he's not going to need his boots. Let's see what happens. And that video is the result after that. So we're going to talk about Sarah today. We're going to talk about what you get out of a one-to-one with the VIP or even just a one-to-one consultation. Nikki says, please can you discuss bruising for me? My mare, Warm Blood, has been barefoot for 5 months and is struggling with bruising growing out from retained soles and poor heel trimming. All right. We will. If you've got any photos and you're a friend with me on Facebook or Gary, you can send it through on Messenger and I'll see if I can get it up on the screen. Bonnie's here. What's for lunch? What's for lunch?
We need to know what Bonnie has for lunch every lunchtime. That's the law now.
It's now the law. It was McDonald's yesterday. It was McDonald's.
She hasn't read Wheat Belly yet.
Have you started reading Wheat Belly yet? Tell us. Day before that, it was much healthier. She was on avocado, was in her sandwich at the day before. Steph says, Steph, who is it Chad that was this? Oh. Steph says, so I'm trying my horse with this new herd, 2 male mules. They are great. And my friend's 14-year-old gelding, he has so many behavioral problems. She's got him so jacked up on grain supplements and treats, front shoes, her vet and farrier. She loves, oh my God, they tell her the worst things. He's perfect weight and the vet says he's underweight and she increased the grain. Oh, she believes the horse was born with a deficiency in the front hooves. Problem is he is so nasty and crazy, constantly bothering my horse. Ooh, that, I don't know what, there might be more to that, Gary. You might need to find that because it dotted off. Do you know this is a problem, actually? That's why when you keep horses that are all fed the same, i.e. they're all just having hay on a track, or even not on a track, but in a situation where there's not a lot of grass gone, and they're on hay mostly, they're chilled. But when you have certain horses that are being fed different feeds, it can make a big difference in the behavior, and you notice it. You really keenly notice it when you've got horses that are the chilled ones that are on a better diet, and then the ones that aren't. And I think I told you about a conference that myself and Laura went to a couple of months ago now in February, and there was a lady there who was a professor, and she had been doing some research with some youngsters, some young foals in the racing industry, some young thoroughbred foals that were growing. And they did it over a period of time, and they had 2 cohorts. And one cohort they treated like they would have done normally. This is to do with feeding. So they were feeding them the concentrated bag feeds, quite high in protein, that they would do normally to try and get these animals. What they think they're doing is is making these animals grow strong, etc. But what they found out was with the other cohort, which they fed a fiber-based diet, not out of a bag. It was a fiber. They did add some. I think they did add some soya to some of it, but other than that, it was just fiber. It was completely different, in fact, to the other course. So there's these 2 young cohorts of foals. And one of the major things they noticed, apart from the fact that there was no change in growth rate, there was the significant change. So the ones that were being fed traditionally, which was they're trying to fill them up with protein, etc., no change in terms of their growth. They were both growing fine. And they found that so that just goes to show you don't need the bag feeds, right? That's what that was saying. Don't need the bag feeds because they're just fine on fiber, because that's what Mother Nature designed, right? She designed that beautiful factory in the hindgut so that horses could get everything they need out of diverse fiber. So what they found, one of the other things they found, was that the cohort that were fed the fiber were chilled. When they let them out, they're just like, yeah, man, we're just chill. And yet the other group that were fed the bagged feed predominantly were more likely to hurt themselves because they were crazy loons. They really noticed a difference. They were bobbing off the walls, because they weren't let out all the time. But when they were let out, they were like mad, running around, being silly, being a bit sort of bitey fighty. Whereas the other group that had been predominantly on fiber were just like, yeah, we're chill. And so that was a big thing they noticed. And I have to tell you that when we take owners down this path and we go to see them and they've got problems, and we say, right, we're gonna change the management, we're gonna change the diet, and obviously we're gonna be on top of the hoof care and doing it right. The first thing the owners will notice, we come back in 6 weeks, is the behavior. It is the first and biggest thing that owners notice.
Every time.
Honestly, it never
time.
fails. It never fails. I've got to tell you, Gary and Lindsay, I've got to tell you, oh my God, my horse is a different horse. It was a fire-breathing dragon before, and now it's so chilled. It is remarkable the difference that all of that can make, because their feet probably were hurting a little bit, but not always, but the feet were probably hurting a little bit. Their feet weren't great. We changed that diet. We got their guts working better. They weren't hyper anymore. It's one of the big things that people notice. Go on, Gary. Did you find Stephanie's post?
Oh, yes, I did. Bear with. Nikki Snowden has sent me some photos as well.
Oh, great.
I've got to find it again.
Okay, we'll keep going.
No, sorry,
oh no, you got it.
So crazy, constantly bothering my horse, and he's 32. He doesn't even want to deal with now. I'm worried I should remove him. I don't know if I should give it more time. I'm always trying to tell her to watch the videos and trying to talk to her all the time. She's 75 and pretty much set in her ways.
You know what? Give it time.
It's a challenge.
Give it time, because he may just be able to cope with it given time. I know you're trying to, I know he's an older man, so you're trying to help him out and protect him a little bit. But as long as there's no major serious argy-bargy going on, give it a little bit of time. As long as they're all on a system where they're eating hay, you just got to give it a little bit of time. I know the other one is on bag feeds, etc. The trouble is, if you remove him, he's already starting to make bonds, and then that's stress. He's going to get more stress by removing him when he's already started to make bonds. And a herd is a natural thing, and they do have natural dynamics, and some push others around. Just give it a bit more time. Bonnie says, "Oh, mashed potatoes and meatloaf. It's snowing here today, so comfort food. Wheat belly will be delivered tomorrow." Are you at home then today? If you're having mashed potatoes and meatloaf, sounds very lovely. Tracy Wixon says, "What does the VIP program involve, please?" So you have to do the 15-day challenge, then you do the 10-day challenge, and you can, at any time, you can upgrade to what we call the VIP package, which is what Sarah did. And in the VIP package, you get an extra 2-series set of a webinar series called The Hoof Uncovered that Gary and I did some time ago, which I am in the process, hopefully, of redoing. Just because we did that over COVID, and the quality isn't as good as we can have it nowadays. All the content is ace, but the quality is not so great. And so you get the 2 sets. You get the Hoof Uncovered 10 webinar set, or 2 series. You also get a little bit more merch. So you'll see Sarah's got on her VIP hat. She gets a VIP shirt. You get I'm a VIP Hoof Hero phone case, as long as you've got a phone case, that a model that we can. All the modern Samsungs and the iPhones we cover. And then you also get a 1-to-1 with us. It's an amazing deal, because our 1-to-1s cost €150. That's how much a consultation fee is with Gary or myself. Whereas the VIP is $199, I think. It might about the set, $199, something like that. So you get all that stuff on top, the Hoof Uncovered, and you get the 1-to-1 as well. So it's a great package, but it's only for people that have done the 15-day and the 10-day challenge. It's an upgrade. So that's what that's about. If you want to know more about it, let us know, and we'll give you the link for the 15-day if you're not already on the 15-day. Stephanie says, "No grass hay yet. It's only him. Hopefully she will see it, and I'm going to keep pointing it out." And I started giving him mixes hay. He calms down, but then he steps in. Do I give it time to remove him? I feel bad that he has to do his grass. Give it time. Honestly, just give it time. It doesn't sound like it's been very long. So she's just tagging her, I think. Yeah, people tagging. David says, "Horses on multiple additional supply are just like my 3-year-old granddaughter after too much sugar." Yeah, it does. It does do this to them. It makes them hyper. It really does, for various reasons. Jolene, hi Jolene. Yay, you made it. Just got home from trimming one of my horses. Well done, Jolene. Wool wasn't very long, but it's become obvious that I've really figured out how to exfoliate the sole since his last trim. Exfoliation is such a good word, isn't it? I like the word exfoliate. No, just planned ahead. Only on for a bit today. Back to work then. No rest for the wicked. Gary sent through the photos. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that in a moment. Know her horse for 4 years and he's exactly the same. All he is doing, nothing changed, but I think she thinks he's better, but okay. Right, just give it time. Just give it time. Just give it time. All right, Gary, can you share your screen?
Yeah. I'm just asking some more questions.
Oh, right. Okay, we can carry on.
Nikki incoming.
I'm going to show you what Sarah did today. Do we all want to see what Sarah did today on her one-to-one? Right. So I'm going to share my screen. I got to find where I put it. Okay. So let's get over here. All right. So this is Squire's feet. Now, Squire, Sarah is Sarah Good, and Sarah Lou, you know her as Sarah Lou, and she lives on the island of Tiree in the Inner Hebrides, I believe, in Scotland. And Sarah is now wanting to become a pro. And the reason it took her down that road was because Squire had acute laminitic attack at the end of last year, and they nearly lost him, and she was told to put him to sleep. Then she found the Phoenix group, she found us, and it's been a journey of discovery ever since, getting him sound by taking him off feeds, and also by allowing him to move because they wanted him on box rest. Anyway, the journey she's been documenting in the Phoenix group. And today was her one-to-one that she got with her VIP. And she'd already sent me these photographs. These, what you're seeing on the screen now, are the photographs before she did the trim. Now, what you need to know is that you need to know that these images here, right, they look overgrown. But she'd had a farrier twice in the last 8 weeks. And this is what he'd got to. And there are a few things I want to point out to you. So this is the left foot, this is the right foot. Look at these two photographs and look at the difference in the balance. Can you see? Now, one of the things I said to Sarah, and this is a very, very, very common problem, is that if you don't have a constant to follow in the horse's hoof, you rely on personal preference trimming, you are going to make errors between hooves, right? You are going to cause problems with that horse, because every horse you trim, every single horse you trim or horse you shoe, there are going to be issues, because you cannot replicate what you did with one foot with the other foot if you are not following a constant. And you can see this clearly between these 2 feet, right? Same horse, front feet, left foot, right foot. He was trimming them differently. He was leaving more heel on one. It wasn't balanced on the left foot, but it was on the right foot. And they basically didn't look the same. And that's because he's not trimming to a constant. And what do I mean by that? Well, take a look at this foot. This is what it looks like underneath. And this is a foot that has been seen twice in the last 8 weeks. So you can see there's an awful lot of foot still there. Can you see that okay, Gary? Because I'm blowing it up because I can't see the main screen.
Yeah, that's good.
So what I want you to see here is that the sole is telling you one thing and the hoof is doing another. Because he hasn't trimmed to the hard sole plane, the hoof capsule is doing the opposite of what the sole wants. So the sole is dipping back and the hoof capsule is doing the opposite. So that means that P3 in the bony column inside the foot is compromised, because the sole wants the foot to be in one position, and because he's allowing the hoof to overgrow, or he's allowing the heels to grow too long, because he's trying to get a hoof past an axis, he is going the opposite way to the way that the sole wants the foot to be. So you can see that there's sole to exfoliate here. You can see that when he's got a little line here, that's basically just in front of where the tip of P3 is. P3 is up here, but that's where it is. And when people take the sole, the wall away, you can see that that's where they would be walking on. But lucky for Squire, he's not in that situation right now. And I can't remember, Sarah, you'd have to put up in the comments whether he'd had his toe removed. I can't remember that. Now, this lump out here is because he's desperately trying to find his natural arch. So he's cracking the quarters. That's what happens all the time with horses when they are trying to find their natural foot. If you leave a foot to overgrow, the place that will likely crack first will be around the quarters, because they don't want that pressure, right? So we're going to look at this, and then we're going to look what it looks like after the trim, after Sarah's trim. She did this herself. She'd never touched a horse's foot before, but this is what her farrier had done over a period twice. He'd been to see this horse in 8 weeks. You see the coronary band. It has got an angle to it, but it's not got the correct angle because the heels are so long. Can you see that? But he's been trying to get this hoof pastern access in line. Now, this is important because to the undiscerning eye, to people who don't know what they're really looking at, this could look like an okay foot. But to people who know what they're looking at, this is a foot whose bony column is struggling inside, because the heels have been left too long so that he can achieve this hoof pastern access, because that's the guideline they're taught. It is an arbitrary guideline. It is not a constant, because, as you can see, he has suffered from laminitis, so he's got separation. So it isn't a constant. And the longer he leaves the heels, the more underrun the heels become. In other words, they're going further underneath the foot. That means that from this point in the heel, I should have changed my pointer, Gary. I forgot. Damn it. Got to remind me. From this point,
I said you had to leave it on there.
No, I don't want an orangey, greeny cursor on my screen every day. So this heel here to this point here, he's reducing the surface area all the time, meaning Squire's having to walk on a shorter foot. And made even worse for these animals when they then also remove the toe with this complete fear of lever forces. Now, when we look at the other foot, so this is the foot that I did with her, and then and this is the pre-trim. These are all pre-trim of the right fore. You can see it's different here, and you can see that it looks different. The heels are different. They're still long, but he's treating each foot, he thinks, the same, but he's not treating them the same. And we see it all the time. And in actual fact, we see more problems. If you looked at data and looked at a data spread of the differences between left and right feet, and you looked at rotation, you will find that left fores, generally are more rotated than right fores. It's not always the case, but it's generally the reason why. And the reason for that is because of the handedness of humans and how they treat the feet differently. And because they're not using a constant, they cannot discern where they need to be. They can't remember. Unless you've got an incredible photographic memory with the ability to draw lines in your head, and angles, you're not going to be able to replicate what you did on the left fore with the right fore. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, in other words, it's human error, because you can't be constant. And the horse needs you to be constant, because his feet need to be balanced to those constants. I'm just going to nip back to see what Sarah said. I told him to leave the toe since January, so he had been taking the toe away. All right, okay. He showed me those lines with a ruler. He showed me 3 sections were balanced on the outside. Well, he absolutely, if you're not following a constant, you cannot keep them identical. Each foot, of course, and what should we keep them identical? Well, each foot needs to be balanced as each foot needs to be balanced. But what he's doing is personal preference trimming. He's doing it, he's guessing. He's trying to get the hoof pastern axis in place. So let's go back. And again, here, can you see? This is underrun, this heel. It's a long heel, it's underrun. And this is him trying to get this hoof pastern axis in play. Now, you can see this big band just about on both feet. That's where the diet change happened. That's when Sarah met us effectively, and when I'm changing his diet, I'm changing everything, and that is the big change. Going to a hay only diet, guys, that was what happened to him. And I have to tell you, Squire was a Squire. He was a gent today for Sarah. He stood there like a doll, quiet, calm, lovely, really lovely. So what do we see here? You can see this is the left force leaning slightly in this way. It's not balanced mediolaterally because the heels aren't balanced properly. Again, personal preference trimming. And there's the right. And you can see that's not balanced so well. It's balanced, but you know, it's in terms of looking at the foot here, it was. But you can see that's the right and the left foot. And then this is what it looks like at the front. And these, when you take an image from the front like this, it often looks like this sort of bell bottom shape. And that's also a very classic shape of a laminitic foot. Why? Because they have this amount of separation here. All right. So shall we go and have a look? Shall we go in and have a look what Sarah did for her trim? Maggie says, comment on another group, Mother Nature is not always right.
Poppycock.
Oh, wow. No. How
I could
dare
say
they?
worse, but we're on the telly.
How dare they say that? I'm Mother Nature. How dare they come on? Lucy, go and have a word with them on those darn Facebook groups. Go and say something to them. Bring them into this boardroom. I'll have a word with them. Human beings thinking they know better than me. How dare they? Mother Nature, she's going to get very annoyed with that. Right. So are we going to have a look what Sarah did? Let's go back and have a look. So here. Dun, 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 dun. Look at me being all prepared. So this is before, and this is during the trim. So this is the first balance. So what we mean by that is she got the walls down to the hard sole plane, and then she did her first balance, and then we tweaked it, and then she did her second balance. Now what you'll see is the foot's slightly on a tilt here, but she did a really excellent job. Now, you see, it was difficult for her because the frog is in the way a little bit. But that's fine because once Squire has gone out and done his thing, you can see she had to rasp it a little bit. But once he's gone out and done his thing over the next week or so, when she picks the foot back up, this will all have settled down. And I think it's important to show you. Let's just see if we can bring this over here. So move them around. Pre-trim. That was him pre-trim, and this is her balance 2. Right? We've not quite got to the actual final result yet. But look already at the difference. Can you see where the frog is here? So this is oftentimes people will say to us, oh, frog's non-existent. Well, usually if he's got a frog like Squire's, which is this lovely looking frog here, it's desperate to be in the game. It's desperate to help that hoof mechanism. And now it can here, but it couldn't here. And it's not just a process of being overgrown. It's a process of also being unbalanced. You can see spots that are high. And if you look here, look at the great job that she's done. You compare that to, let's just take this up here. I'm going to mess up all my markers. You can compare that with this one next to him, next to this left foot. This is after the trim. This is before the trim. Do you see some vast differences? Look at where the heels are now. The wall and the heels are now in line with the volar plane. They are now in line with what the sole is telling you. No longer are they trying to oppose the sole and go in the opposite direction. They're going in the same direction, and everything now is balanced. Do you get that? And have a look at the surface area too. Right back from this heel all the way to the toe. We're not bothered about this wedge here. We're not bothered about that. And if you go and look at the video that Sarah put up, Squire's not bothered about it either. Oh, we've got to take the toe off. We've got to take the toe because it's going to tear the lamina. No, 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 no. You need to leave that toe pillar in place in order for the growth rates to be even. But look at the difference between these 2 feet. This is working against his balance, against his dorsopalmar balance and his mediolateral balance. Frog is in play. Look at it. Looks like 2 different feet, right? Doesn't it look like 2 different feet? And this is a person who has never trimmed a foot before in her life. This is what we achieved on the VIP. Now, Sarah did say to me, she did say to me that she'd been mentally preparing for this session, dreaming about it, going over and over it in her head, mentally preparing for what she was going to be doing. She was thinking of it, trimming it in her head. She was like, I'm going to be able to do this. I can do it. And what she'll tell you on the video is that it wasn't the tools that were bothering her. Yeah, she was a little bit awkward with them, but that'll come. That's just a skill set that she'll get gradually. It wasn't that. It was her body that she wasn't reckoning on, and how getting her body in the right position, getting his leg between her legs. And he was quiet as a lamb. He was very, very forgiving and a brilliant pony to learn on, in fact. And he was like, yeah, come on, mum. One point he had his nose on her back, and it was the fact that, and she gave it her all, but it was just her body she hadn't worked out. So when you are going to do this for the first time, if anybody's ever going to do it, think about that. Now, this is me talking to Sarah. I'm in France. She's in the Isle of Therese. All those miles between us. And even with, it was a good internet connection, but if you just know what a constant is, this is what Sarah was able to achieve. And she's not a trimmer. And look at the difference between this and what we've got there with the farrier. Now, this isn't he's not reflecting all farriers. Of course he's not. But the point is, if you don't follow a constant, you're going to put your own personal preference trimming slant on it. This is what you're going to get. Sarah knew the constants. She'd seen them. She'd studied them in the 15 and 10-day challenge. She understood them and she was prepared. And when she got there to do it, this is what she got. Isn't that incredible? And we're not actually completely there yet. Well done, Sarah. Wow. Sarah says, my body was tough. I need to do yoga, right? Your stamina and your fitness will improve because you're going to go through the pro course. So let's move on from there. So this is now the post trim. So let's just remove all of these. Let's just group those together and get them up here out of the way. And that one too, because you can go a little back up there. Ungroup. I need that one back down here. Okay, so these are the post trim. This is what, when she was done, when she was finished, and then she was happy with what she'd done. And I said, right, you need to go and have a break, and you need to go and then take some photos. So look at the difference. Look at the, I could sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Look at the difference. This was the pro, and this is the non-pro. Let's just stick that out of the way. Let's see if we can get these up next to each other. Look at the difference in his heel height. It's not just going straight up and down. Those heels were going under, so they were underrun. Now, look at him when he puts his foot down, how he's going to engage this foot. Don't be foxed by these little bits of frog either side. That made it difficult for Sarah. Doesn't matter, because these little bits of frog will sort themselves out and they'll come down in concert with the heel within just a few days. But that hoof mechanism, it's all balanced now. It's all working like it should. The foot capsule, the hoof capsule, has not grown in the other direction to the sole. It's now working together. And look here at the difference. Just move these two little jiggers down here. It's like moving like one of those thingies about. And I think Sarah said, how can that look so different in one trim? How can that look so different in just the one trim? Let's put that up there.
It's magic.
In it, just so
We
magic.
sent Sarah a magic rasp, and it was in the form of a 15 and a 10-day challenge with a VIP to stick in the mix.
There you go, guys. I've
Money
tried to
well
make
spent.
that's
Self-sufficient hoof trimmer. Yay!
let's get this let's see if we can get this the same size. Let's see if I can do that. I love doing this. Let's just see if we can get this the same size. Canva doesn't always play friendly. That's about it. It doesn't always play friendly. Right. That's roughly the same size. But at the back here. But why does it look incredibly long, right? That's because the heels have gone right back. And it's not quite the same in its length. Let's just bring it down like that. There we go. And that's because the heels have gone right back, which gives you that impression that you've got a completely different foot. But look at the difference in surface area. And if you go and look at that video, you'll see how Squire, you know, how brilliantly he's walking. Sarah was using hoof boots and she said to me, "Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to get the hoof boots on." And I said, "You're not going to need them. He's going to be fine. He's balanced now. His lammy is over. He's good." And so she let him out on the track. It's stony. Go and have a look at that video. He's walking absolutely fine. This isn't magic. This is pre-trim, post-trim. Pre-trim, same foot within 20 minutes of each other or so. I think actually she took this photograph the day before, but you know, it looked like that when she picked it up, and then she trimmed it and it looked like this. So what are we going to critically assess this? I could. So in the future, she'll be able to understand bar a little bit more, but he will exfoliate this himself. She'd done a great job exfoliating most of this stuff. He's on stony, lovely stony track. He's going to exfoliate this himself. She's left all the inner hoof wall brilliantly. It's just a fantastic, fantastic trim for somebody who has never trimmed before, right? Never. I mean, frankly, the person who you should be just applauding here, of course, is me. I'm the person who should be taking all the credit for this.
That's why that you keep those headphones on. It actually stops your head from getting so big. But I have to say, you do have to give credit where credit is due. That for a while.
Yeah. Do you remember that? You used to do that when you were a kid?
Kids, yeah.
I was so proud. I cried after. You were just the most awesome person. Golden nippers. Oh yeah. Wow. It looks like a totally different hoof underneath. Completely. I don't have to close the track off at night now. After taking his boots off, the gate is officially open.
Oh,
well done, girl. Oh,
hold on.
Definitely. Sarah is our hoof hero of the day. She's our Phoenix warrior of the day. Brilliant. That is just awesome. Hoof revelation with magic rasp and golden nippers. You get the credit. I do. Of course I get the credit. What do you mean? Of course it's not you. It's all down to me. Everybody knows that. So look here. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. So now look. There they are trying to get this hoof pastanaxis. In an actual fact, if you trim it correctly, it's not that far off his hoof pastanaxis. What's going to happen is, as he grows out now, he's going to have another little change. So he's had one change. You can see the diet change. Can you see that the rings are reducing? In this top inch, that's where she had the big diet change, right? So that's already happening. We're probably going to get another ring coming in where he changes angle again to his new foot, which is this foot. Are we bothered that it's long? God, no, because it's balanced to his sole and he ain't tripping. Sarah will tell you he ain't going to trip. He knows exactly where his foot is. Is it going to cause DDFT strain? Come on. Which one out of these 2 feet do you think's actually causing strain to the tendons right now? Extensor tendon and the DDFT and the ligaments inside on a shorter foot that's got more wobble. If you've been and listened to my lives before, you'll know about increasing wobble. It's important. The wobble factor. This is a stable, good foundation foot for him to now grow out that lamellar wedge. This is not, and this would not have rehabbed correctly. It would have given him more problems. That is your difference, guys. And that is Sarah doing that herself. And this little one here, this image here, let's just blow this up. There you can see by following that hard sole plane, that little bit that you see there is just a little bit of bar that will break off. But by following that, look at that little roll she's done, Gary. She's done so well.
That's brilliant.
Isn't it? Just stunning. Following the hard sole plane, look what's happened. He has a natural arch.
Yeah.
Who knew, eh? Who knew he had a natural arch? And that's why he was chipping off this, because he didn't have a natural arch. Look at the difference. Look at the height between the floor now and the coronary band. Look at the coronary band. Look at the heel. Look where the coronary band is in relation to the heel. Look where the heel's hitting the ground here. Look where it's hitting the ground there. Massive changes. Even when you make subtle changes, it makes a big difference. But these are big changes for Squire. And he was already feeling a lot better. Now he's going to be storming along. So, guys, go and look at Sarah's video. And this is the right four. Look what she did here. Do you see? Let's see if we can ungroup that. I'm going to have to put I'm so annoyed. I'm going to have to put these all in a different position in a minute. I'll have to go back and sort out all my little cards. That's what it feels like. Again, look at the difference. Let's get the length right. Look at the difference. Yes, he's still got a wedge going on, but this is now in balance with the sole. It's not going against the sole. A little bit more bar will crack off. That'll just break off because it will just exfoliate off. Look at this lovely heel. Look how she's got it. Look at what he's walking on here. He hasn't got a correct heel to walk on there. The frog isn't in play now. It's like 2 completely different feet, isn't it? But look at that. Isn't that stunning? That's the shape he is, and this was the shape he was given with that shortened surface area. Absolutely stunning. And she did this one, guys, on her own without me looking over her shoulder. This, she was freewheeling it, doing it completely on her own. Absolutely. Yeah, good clapping. Look at that. See, there's a difference here. This is pre, this is post. You can't see so well because it's a bit dark, but look where the heels have come back to. Look where the heels are here. It's center of articulation. And now look where they are. Bum, bum, bum. Change. Look at that difference. So, well done.
Can I say something? It's going to be very short. Who says you can't teach a practical subject online? The proof is in the pudding.
And that's the process. 15-day challenge, getting it in her mindset. She can do this. She can do this. This is the mindset. We got her into that mindset. Change the diet. That's what I'm going to start with first. 10-day challenge. Now we're on to the foot. I'm getting it in my head. I'm watching those videos. I'm understanding. I'm watching how they're doing it. 10-day challenge is done. I'm dreaming about it. I'm imagining myself ordering the tools. I've ordered the tools. I'm going to be a pro. I want to be a pro. Then VIP. I want that one-to-one. I also want all the merch because that's why she had her hat on and she had, if you see it in the video, VIP, all of that. Then That's where we took Sarah. Sarah was just an owner, an ordinary owner like you are watching. She was an owner with a horse that was about to be put to sleep. It took 4 of them to hold Squire up. He couldn't walk. It was dreadful. It was the most appalling situation. He was going to be put to sleep. Had it been anybody else, or had it been in many other situations, in fact, not anybody else, but in many situations, he would have lost his life. And yet he looks beautiful. He's losing his fat pads, his crest. He's sleek. He's fit now. It just needs to grow out and rehab those feet. And you've taken a person who was just like you, and we are what? Middle of April? And she's done her first trim, and she did better than the pro. And people are telling me I shouldn't be teaching owners to do that. Oh my God, this is like the hoof factor. This is like Britain's Got Talent.
Well, it's revolutionary, isn't it?
Finding
It really is.
finding ordinary people who can do extraordinary things when they put their mind to it.
Yes.
Right? You can do this.
And
You
course,
can learn to trim your own horses.
Amazing coaching.
Where are we? Let's go. Let's fill her up. Fill her up with amazing comments. Where are we? Great job, says Therese. Absolutely fantastic, Sarah Lou. This is incredible. Give me so much hope for my Suffolk. Yes, Anne. Now I know who you are. Anne. Yes. Come on. We can do this. We can help you through it. Dawn, brilliant job, Sarah. Imagine how good you're going to be after a bit more training. Imagine what you're going to be able to do. Asha came and because Dawn knows Asha. Asha came and sat in for some of it too, because she's learning about doing these online consultations. And Asha was like, Mum, that's amazing. She did so well. It's great. I'm like, oh, Asha, it's me. It's because I taught her so well. Well done, Sarah Lou, says Tara. I deeply feel how excited and emotional you must have been to help Squire. Tara, meet Sarah. I think you've already met, haven't you? You two are Clydesdales.
Yep.
Come on, girls. Clydesdales unite. What are they talking about, Clydesdales? That's the name of the new intake. We give them a horsey name.
We have class names for each intake.
We do. You've missed the Cobbs. You're now the Clydesdales. Well done, Sarah. Says Nikki, this was flying solo. You did. You flew solo. And do you know something? I'm there doing my work, and I know time passes with me. It really does. I can be doing my work and I can look up and it's 3 hours, 4 hours have gone by and I don't even know what's going on. And I'm like, where did that go? I've missed so much of my life. And you sent me the pictures, and that's why I only saw the second lot, which was what you'd done. And I'm putting that together, and you go, what do you think of the right 4? I'm like, she hasn't done the right 4. She couldn't possibly have done the right 4 yet. It's only been a few flipping minutes. Well, it had been probably about an hour, but she can't have done that and taken the photographs and sent them up. So keen, just perfect. I went in and scrolled back up. I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, you've done it. Oh, wow. Well done. Well done. Lydia says, wow, so awesome, Sarah. Happy horse, happy owner, so inspirational for all of us. She has been hasn't she been an inspiration, Lydia, from that? I mean, search Sarah's name on the Phoenix group and go back to those early days when she just didn't know what to do with herself. And we said, let him out. Let him out. And then he started bucking around and she was terrified. And it just went from strength to strength to strength. Amazing day indeed. Meta's given you a hand. Oh, Meta might be. We don't know yet. Might be. Rebecca Davies, excellent, Sarah. Well done. Nice trim, Sarah, says Monica. Megan says, smashed it, Sarah. Yay. Yay. P.S. How do we pronounce your name? Sarah, like Zara with an S. Okay. I'm going to speak for her. It's very confusing. She's actually Sarah. But on the Isle of Tiree, in the Scottish accent, they call her Sarah. I did pretty good there. Sarah. Hello, Sarah. So she became Sarah. So it's Sarah who became Sarah. So you can say it how you like, but it's actually Sarah. But she puts herself on Facebook as Sarah. So whatever you want. I'm sure she'll respond to S. So it's I call her Sarah and Sarah because I just don't know what to call her. I need to make up my mind, and we're going to choose one name. It'll be Sarah, I think.
Sarah.
Do the challenges need to be consecutive days? So what happens is the 15-day challenge is the 15 days. You can do it in 15 days because it gets opened every day. You're not allowed to binge. You 24 hours after you watch day one, the little email will pop into your mailbox and it'll go, hello, day 2 is open, go get it. And then the same thing happens each day. But if you can't do it that in 15 days because you've got other stuff going on, we're like, try and make that commitment to do it if you can, because it's so much better, because you get into the mindset, because it's all about shifting mindsets. It's all about teaching you all to really get into that mindset. But if you can, you can take longer if you wish. You can take 20 days. You can take as long as you like. You can take 2 years if you like. Not that I would recommend it. But 15 days is the minimum amount of time that you can do that first section in. And that first section is about it's laying the foundation. It's the diet. It's the management. It's understanding the hooves. It's understanding pathology. We're going to cover laminitis. We're going to cover everything that's to do with that. We're going to cover, Gary will talk to you about tracks. Even if you can't do a track, it's not just about tracks. It's about the diet, the right species-specific diet. So all of these things we cover. We cover going into the gut in great detail. We cover looking at the foot in great detail. Anatomy, the bones, dissection. Everybody loves the dissection demo. Everybody loves it. Well, they love and hate it because I bring up all the faults of the human beings and the way that we look after horses. So that's the 15-day. You get to the end of the 15-day, and if you haven't bought the 10-day, you're like, oh, now I want to know more. You buy the 10-day, and then the 10-day opens up. If you're like, I'm buying it all at once, then all you have to do, if you bought the 15 and the 10-day, is that all you have to do is claim your certificate, because you get a lovely little certificate of completion. You claim your certificate at the end of the 15-day, and that automatically opens the 10-day if you've already bought it. You get into the 10-day, and that's all focused on the trim, the Phoenix way, right? We've done the Phoenix way in terms of diet management, understanding hoof care, nature's constants. Now you're actually physically getting into the nitty-gritty, but you don't have to trim like Sarah did. You don't have to do that, but you do need to know this stuff, because when you're looking over your farrier's shoulder or your trimmer's shoulder, how do you know if they're leaving the hoof capsule in the opposite position to the sole? You need to know that because your horse's balance is crucial, right? So you go through the 10-day challenge, and then you can do your assessment. There's an optional day 11 where you can do assessment on your own without us guiding you. You have a group session. We get to meet you in person, live in a group. Then you can do the assessment if you want to on your own. So Sarah chose not to do that. Sarah chose to do the VIP upgrade because she wanted to do the one-to-one with me first, which is wise if you think about it. But you don't have to. You can do it with a cadaver hoof, or you can do it with your own horse. Then that's the 10-day, and you can buy the VIP at the start, at the middle, at the end. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do the VIP. It just is however far you want to take it, and however we just keep giving you more and more support, and it keeps ratcheting up the more you do. All right, so that's it. And Gary will put the link in the comments. Can you do that, Gary? Are you able to put the link in the comments? I don't know who asked that question. I'm sorry, because you're just a fool.
That lady's name is Tracy Arnold.
Okay, Tracy. So there you go. Sarah says, absolutely. I was so prepared. This from everything I learned, the prep, the guides, everything. I was set up to succeed. Oh, yes, we set you up to succeed. And you see it for your own eyes. That is what an ordinary owner went through 15-day, 10-day VIP one-to-one. And that's what she ended up doing. And she will never, let me tell you this, need a farrier or a trimmer ever again, because she's on it now. And she's going to be, when she trains, she's going to be on it for the rest of the people that have horses on the island and all of the islands around her. Isn't that incredible? That journey is beautiful. Wonderful. Jenny says the challenges are amazing and give the confidence to do what Sarah has done. Absolutely. Jenny's been through the challenges, and Jenny Hapiri from Minnehaha Haven down in New Zealand. What a change Jenny has been on. What a journey Jenny has been on since before the Phoenix Way, getting to know us, watching all the lessons, then getting into the Phoenix Way, then doing the challenges. Jenny's now going out and helping a few people that have got minis in her area. She's helping them because she runs the haven, and so she's got minis out on loan, and she's helping people understand, as well as rehabbing countless minis. And now her rehab is supercharged. It was supercharged now that she is in control, because and Jenny will tell you she's rehabbed and been doing this a long time. And she didn't understand what the trimmers were doing and why they were taking the toes off and leaving the heels high. And she didn't understand that. And since then, she's had x-rays done, and many of her ponies have got, or a few of her ponies that they've x-rayed have got osteonecrosis and degeneration of the coffin bone. And now she's determined to educate people about this and not let other people go through what she's gone through. Rehabbing, doing the best she can, but because she didn't know the trim herself properly, she was at the behest of these other people who were getting it wrong. But now she knows. Sarah. So proud of you, says David. Brilliant. David, meet Sarah. David's a Clydie. Sarah, meet David. You're going to get to know each other. The knowledge removed the fear. It did. And you were nervous, weren't you? You were like, oh God, oh my God, I'm picking up nippers. Oh my God, I'm having an out-of-body experience with these nippers. But you did it. It did remove you. You were a bit shaky. I couldn't see it, but you said you felt it. But brilliant. What a mint job. You should be so proud as a trimmer myself. This looks amazing gold. I don't see anybody praising me, Gary. Just
Oh, get over it.
Hi, I was there teaching her what to do. Just hang on a minute. Just me here. It's giving people the knowledge and the confidence to do the job properly. It's brilliant. It is. It is, because you can do it. It's not a secret society. It isn't. It isn't. It's a lot of this that people talk about. It's boringly simple. Okay, the skill set takes a bit. And okay, if you're going to be a pro, you kind of need to know an awful lot more, because you're going to be out there in the big wide world talking to people about all kinds of problems, and vets and other pros. The 10-day challenge, and you only have to do the 15 and the 10-day challenge, incidentally, to become a pro. You don't have to do the VIP. But if you want to go on and get the bug and you go, oh my God, I want to go and help other people, and that could be online or in person, you have to do the 15 and the 10-day challenge, or a 3-day workshop in person. If you're in the UK, that would be only. How empowering. You must feel fantastic, Sarah. Great job, Sarah. Brilliant. That's Vanya. You're going to meet Vanya. Sarah, she says, oops, Sarah. You're going to meet Vanya. Vanya is just about to enter into her 2nd year. She's one of our pros down near Toulouse in France, south of France. Joe Tracy Kirk, Sarah, you cried. How beautiful. How beautiful moving eye. Yep. Eye, moving eye. Poster girl, Sarah. Indeed. Thank you. I'm going to save up all the money it's cost for Max's shoes and do the challenge. Come on. You and Max. Yeah. So do it. Max needs you. He needs you to be his hoof hero, doesn't he, Gary?
Absolutely. For
You
sure.
really do. Do it, girl. Save up all that
He's a
money that
lovely
you've been
looking
spending.
guy.
He
Lovely
is
looking
beautiful
guy, bless
boy.
him.
And he's only 9 years old, isn't he? Something like that.
Yeah, it's only 9.
So save them, because I hate to, how much would you mind sharing with us how much you pay to have him shod every 6 weeks or so? Would you mind sharing that with us? Unfortunately, working full time and the menopause is getting in the way of me starting the 15-day roll on the weekend. Come on, girl. You could do it. They're all piling up the emails, and you're like, God, I so want to start. I so want to start. Pia says, yep, saving for the challenges. Awesome. Do it.
Good
The
job.
challenges saves farrier and vet bills. That's how I look at it. Absolutely. Oh my God. One vet visit will cost you almost as much as both the 15 and the 10-day. Certainly as much as the 15-day, right? And we are gonna take that all away from you. The amount of people we save money, the amount of people over the years where we've saved the money, save money from your trimmer and your farrier and your vet, and okay, you got to buy hay, but you're saving money on your bag feeds and your supplements, and it just and above all else, guys, that reduction in stress is priceless.
It is priceless.
Absolutely priceless. You couldn't
It
put
wasn't long ago that I
figure
went to
on it.
help someone with a very poorly pony, but the poorly pony had really bad feet in the case of the trim wasn't right. There was in the beginning, there was laminitis for sure, but then the trimming on the front feet got so bad. Over 2 years, this lady had had x-rays and vet and farrier visits, and she spent with her insurance company £12,000.
That went
And I
into
don't
somebody's
think at
pocket, didn't it,
all,
Gary?
it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, she said, oh, she'll have to be sedated for you to take the shoes off. I said, please don't sedate her. She'll be fine. And I turned up and she absolutely stood like a lamb. She did, for me to take the shoes off. She was a lovely lady, a lovely little mare. So yes, we
We've
need
had
to
that
wake up,
story
please.
so many times, haven't we?
We have,
Thousands and thousands and thousands.
and it's the ones that are fairly recent that stick in your mind. But when you think about it, there's many of them, many
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
true. It's true.
So when you think about that, we've put these challenges together to help you as owners so you can own it. Whether you've got problems or not, you need to know this stuff, because let's face it, prevention is better than a cure.
Mm.
At the moment, we're seeing so many people coming into the Phoenix group where
Desperate now,
desperate
because they've gone
now.
so far down the road
Yes,
that's too far.
it's too far. So what we want to do is not only about helping those desperate people. Of course, we want to help those desperate people and those desperate horses. But what we're working towards is we don't want you to get to that desperate state.
No, God, no.
Do something to help yourself.
Yeah.
Own it. You have a
Own it.
specialist animal with specialist requirements, and they are really important. So save up. It'll be the best money you've ever spent.
It will. And you know,
Think of it as an investment in your horse's health.
it's priceless. You couldn't put a figure on it.
You can't put a figure on it.
It's priceless.
You really can't.
And okay, it's our course. Of course, we're going to big it up. It's fine. You heard it from Sarah. You've heard it from Jenny. You will hear. There's a post I put up in the featured section. Somebody went and said, has anybody done the challenges? Can people tell me what it's, what you thought of it? Just go read all the comments. Just read the comments. People are like, oh my God, they were brilliant. Oh my God, it's fantastic. It's really great. Oh, it's changed everything. I've already started implementing these changes. We've just filled up our July intake with people from North America, Sweden, Denmark, Spain, UK, Canada, North America, from just the beginning of January, because they've gone and taken the 15-day and 10-day challenges and gone, oh my God, I'm becoming a professional. And we've done another interview this evening. We've not stopped doing interviews the last fortnight, interviewing people to see, you know, if we fit to go onto the course. All from doing the Phoenix group, all from doing the 15 and the 10-day challenges. Now, some people will say, well, do I need to? I learned so much from this. Do I need to? Well, I'd ask Sarah that. I'd ask Jenny that. I'd ask anybody that's done the challenges and say, would you have felt confident, Sarah, in doing that trim today on your own by just picking up what you've picked up from these videos on YouTube? You're going to pick up stuff. You're going to learn a lot. You really are. But are you going to be in the right mindset? Are you going to be prepared? Are you have you gone along the journey properly? One door opening you go through, another door opening you go through. We know what you need to know. We know what you need to learn, and we have produced it. It's not like any other hoof care course. It's not like anything else. It's different because we're teaching you the stuff they don't want you to know. And a lot of them don't even know themselves. Honestly, you come out the end of that, it's crazy. You're going to know so much more. That's the link that Gary's put up. Tracy Wixon, welcome. You'll learn so much here, and everyone is supportive indeed. Dawn, talk about time flying. Called in to see a friend today. She had a friend staying with her. She made the mistake of showing me a picture of her daughter's horse that was in a stable with shod feet, eating from a hay net. I gave her the whole diet and management Phoenix way talk for 3 hours. Poor woman. She said she felt mentally beaten up. She said, couldn't you just say I have a beautiful horse? What have you done to me, Lindsay?
The trouble is you can't unsee this stuff now.
Gary.
You can't unsee it. You can't.
That's what the lady was saying this evening, wasn't it, on the interview? She went, I have to do this because now I know I can't unsee it now.
Yeah.
I have to. Paula says, I'm definitely signing up for the challenges. Do it. Sarah is your inspiration, and all the others. Stop the chop. Stop it. Because there are so many things involved with taking that toe off because you think, and we've thrown it out of the park years ago, but you think because you've been told that there's lever forces and mechanical tearing that doesn't happen, or that the horse is in clown shoes and he's going to be tripping, doesn't happen. Because if you're getting the brain interaction in there, there's a brain. By doing that, because of those ideas, you have just disrupted that foot in an incredible way that you had no idea. You've taken its pillars of support away. You've interrupted the growth rate patterns between front and back. Hence the reason that you think the heels are growing fast. They don't. They grow at the right rate, but they're magnified because you've got no toe pillar in place anymore. And the growth rate at the toe wall is slowed right down. The feedback mechanisms to the papillae, that's the reason that that's happened. You've changed the imbalances. You're changing the surface area. You're shortening the surface area. You're causing that horse to walk on its sole. Therefore, you're causing pressure to go through the sole. It's utterly unnatural. The sole is not made of the same. It's not as hard as the hoof wall. It's a different matrix. It's horn material, but it's in a different matrix. So that's why the inner hoof wall, which is a slightly different matrix build makeup, than the outer hoof wall, that's why it's the strongest part of the hoof. Mother Nature, she sat in a boardroom going, what are these humans doing? They're causing the horse to walk on the sole. Look, if I'd have wanted you to walk on your sole, I'd have made the inner hoof wall the sole. Don't do that. You're meant to be walking on the inner hoof wall, not the sole. That's the pillar. And so all of these things that you have now, just file it away a little bit, because I just want it to make it look better, and it just might be tearing the lamina, because that's what I've been told. You have just created this immense cascade of problems that you didn't even know you were doing. And that is what sends horses, sadly, to an early grave or a long few years, more than a few years sometimes, of suffering. Jenny Hapiri was a driving force for me to start my journey. Oh, that's lovely to hear. That is lovely, Jenny. Fill yourself up, Jenny. It's sad times here for me, but there will be change. Oh, yeah. We know there will be. You are amazing, Lindsay. Thank you, David. Thank you. Somebody has recognized it. Thank you. Thank you, David. It's important. It's important. I need to fill myself up too. Hope there's more learning this in New Zealand to help horses. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, God. That's how much it costs you to shoe your horse.
Well, think how much hay you can buy with that.
And that's on top of your feeds. That's on top of the supplements you've been told you need to feed him. That's on top of everything else, and the vet fees, and the x-rays, and, oh God, a trimmer, Caroline, I think, if it might be Caroline, I don't know, if you're going where I think you're going, would charge you 45, 50 quid, if that, for what you're paying for 120. And that person, our trimmer, an HMB Pro, is going to make sure that your horse is balanced on the feet that he needs to be on. Now, we can't turn back the clock and cure the problems that he has now got, but what we can do is give him a future, hopefully, and that's hopefully where we're going to get to. So hold on in there, girl, and you're going to save that. So that's 240. You're almost there. That's 2 shoeings, and you're nearly there for the 15-day challenge. Bit cliche, but after the 15 and 10 day, I just can't stop thinking about, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You can't.
Yeah. Once you see it,
doesn't it make so much
I
sense?
ruined your life, David. I've ruined your life.
Yeah. Some people would actually say, I am so glad that I have this knowledge, but oh my goodness, sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Karen, now I know why I've been barefoot for over 25 years. He's moving into a track system on Friday. Yes, I think where he's going, our HMB Pro Caroline is going to be your trimmer, which is fantastic. More people learn from you, fab people. Lots will be trimming themselves, be out of a job, but love it. One of our pros did say to us, oh my God, if we teach everybody how to do all of this, maybe we won't have a job. Your job will be more satisfying because more people will be knowledgeable, but there's still going to be hundreds upon thousands of people who don't want to trim, but they do want to know. And let's face it, what we do when we go out with our clients is we teach them, we do teach them all of this as we're going out as a client. And then when I started these workshops, that's why I started them, because I wanted my clients to come on a workshop. So I didn't have to keep repeating myself 100 times every day. If they all came on the workshops, which they all practically did, then I could just talk to them all in a room and tell them exactly what's going on. And then they could all meet each other and support each other, because they were all spotted around the Southwest, and they could all meet each other, and rest is history. It's lovely. Saving a life too, indeed. Every week I have distressed owners contact me. It's huge anxiety and dollars spent. Oh my God, yes. Every day. Absolutely. I see problems on my cob's feet now. He doesn't have laminitis, etc. I'd never have known. Right. You know the trim. Sorry, got a gate crash the live, Lindsay, and I know you're snowed under, but I sent you a mail with some photos of a very naff trim, but could you just let me know if I'm down the seat of corn on Big Boy's compacted heel shift? Yes, I'll do that later. I won't do it now. Oh, have we got time? Nikki, can you join us tomorrow? Nikki, if you're there, join us tomorrow. And first thing we're going to do is go through those pictures. Is that okay? Sorry, we didn't have time, darling. We'll do it tomorrow. I'm so grateful I found you. I have an Irish draft who is almost 3 and she will never have to go through what Max is going through. Well done, Anne. I won't give you a big hug. I think Anne deserves a big hug. You got it, Anne. You got it. You got it. Kathleen's on day 5 of the 10-day challenge. Gosh, I remember when you started the 15-day. That's brilliant, Kathleen. And Kathleen's also a VIP, so we're going to be doing our one-to-one very soon. You learn stuff and see your horse's hooves differently, brilliantly. Yes. The HM course is unique. I recommend it to everyone. It is. There ain't nothing like it. It's going to make you think totally different about the equine world you live in. No, I wouldn't have tried it. It's not enough targeted knowledge. This is when I asked, would you have done it if you'd have just watched the YouTube videos and the It's Not Rocket Science lesson, etc.? No, I wouldn't have tried it, says Sarah. It's not enough targeted knowledge. The challenge takes it all step by step in detail. My questions were answered as each day opened up. Yeah. And Gary has a thing, right, at the beginning of the workshops. And they go, I've got a question. And we go, go on then, what's your question? And then they come out with this question. We go, take a ticket. Take a ticket. It'll get answered by the end of 3 days. If it hasn't, you ask us. And then at the end of the 3 days, we go, did your questions, did you, yeah, any tickets? Any tickets? And they're all like, no.
People ask a question and then I say, okay, you take a ticket, that's covered on day 2. And then somebody says, can I ask a question? Of course you can. What's your question? That's covered on day 3 in the afternoon at about 2 o'clock.
And they're like,
you believe that, you believe anything.
No,
because we do tend to
over deliver. Let's be polite about me, Gary, and just say that we over deliver. That's what we do.
Yes. We want to impart and help you as much as we can.
All right, we're going to have to bring this to an end because we've been on an hour and a half. So bringing it to an end. Absolutely, yes. Do the challenges as it cements everything we learn on the lives. Plus, the challenges are at your fingertips forever. They can be replayed as many times as you want. You see, now that, again, is priceless. You can just keep going back. What did she say? What did he say? How did he do that? Thank you, Jenny. As soon as I see another horse, I home in on their feet. I know, right? Oh, God, you can't help yourself. I can't help yourself. I was in Paris with my family last year or the year before, I can't remember, and these police horses were coming past right next to us. And me and Georgia were like that, honing in. Mum's going, what are the beautiful horses? What are their feet like, Lindsay? Do they look good or bad? I'm like, Mum, look. And then she'd look, she'd go, shocking. My mum's 86. It's so true. You can't not talk about it. You can't not share it and tell people and trying to school people because it's so important now that you know it. You just become this driving force in people's face. I try to be delicate, and so it's so hard because it's like, how are you not listening? I know. But there is a saying, and I'm going to get it wrong. But when the student is ready, the teacher appears. It's just because they're not ready. It's just because they're not ready. And when they are ready, there'll be plenty of people who will be willing to listen to you, Stephanie. Let me tell you that. And that's our job. We're going to change the world. I have to be careful people don't glaze over and switch off. There are keywords that you can use to get across what's happened to the horses. You do. She's going to try and get her daughter to watch your YouTube videos, though. So hopefully it was time well spent. Brilliant. I would actually trim in my mind after the challenges. Indeed. Right. I don't know if we can get through all the comments. Probably can't. Jenny says, I've just posted on here in the FB group a confronting series of some of the 70 rehabs done that I watched over the years, and I had no idea what I was seeing. I thought it was right. Challenges have given me the strength and knowledge to stand up for horses and their hooves. Have you posted those pictures up, Jenny? Is that what you've done? Because I haven't been in there. Big hug. Come here, give you a hug. Come here, big hug. It boggles my mind that in most cases they chop the front toes because of lever forces, but not the hinds. Yeah. 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 That's all I have to say.
You're not allowed to say anymore. You're
No.
allowed to repost and that's it.
We all know you're amazing. Lindsay goes without saying thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, Gary's quite good too. Seeing Caroline tomorrow. Give her a big
Excellent.
hug. Give my Caroline a hug. Give her a big hug. Rebecca Davis, Lindsay and Gary, you are creating so many hoof nerds. Nerds, I know you mean that. I have been spying on hooves for years. It's an obsession. Yeah, brilliant. Tomorrow, that's when we're going to do it. We're going to do it, girl. We're on it tomorrow. Thanks again. Fab live. Brilliant, brilliant. Super live as always. Brilliant.
See you tomorrow.
Now. We'll see you tomorrow,
there's one thing
guys.
you have to say, just as a warning.
Oh, sorry.
We've got Friday and Saturday, there is no live for two reasons. One reason is I'm not available. No, I know I don't say a lot. I'm not available because I've got family coming to see me, and it would be very rude of me to disappear to do a live. And Lindsay is having a well-earned little bit of rest with her daughter in Paris.
So nothing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did actually say, and we're going to call it now, Challenge Club. That's what the name is going to be. Challenge Club, I did say was going to be on Saturday, but we're not having Challenge Club this week. So this weekend. So we're going to do Challenge Club in the middle of the week next week. Is what we said.
It'll either be Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll put up a post about that.
The Challenge Club, for those of you who don't know, we started that a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to do it every other week if we can. And Challenge Club is for those people who have done the challenges, and it's just a get together online, and we just share stories and just chat. It's just a club. Yay!
Yeah, and support if it's needed.
Challenge Club. All right then, it's free. See you soon, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Take care now. Bye-bye.